What's up, guys? Welcome back to Rambling Garage. Today it is 6:30 in the morning on a Friday. I don't really know why I'm up right now, but we're going to be working on the Grand Prix. This thing stumbles a lot at idle and really just needs some plugs. I'm probably going to throw some wires in it if these look bad. I pulled some plugs here. You guys can maybe see that they look a little rough. So I got quite a bit of oil on that one. So not sure all what's going on there, but we're going to pull them all, take a look. I have some parts for this that I'm going to show you guys, and yeah, we're just going to be productive today. So if we come in here, just have that first plug out right there. I already replaced the IAC. I'm going to replace the throttle position sensor as well. So I'll go get that today. Might get wires. These ones look pretty decent, but definitely going to do plugs. Get a closer look here. Definitely have some oil on the threads, so not sure if we have a bigger problem there, but we'll replace the plugs here. We'll start with the front, then we're going to take the dog bones off here. I don't know if that's what they call them for these years, but pretty sure they call them dog bones. And we'll put a ratchet strap here, and we'll just crank the motor forward so we can get to the rear ones. That one came out pretty easy. I think plugs have been done before on this car, but it's clearly been done a little while ago. So we'll take care of that. I also want to get the filter out of there and just put a direct one on the turbo just to clean up the engine bay here a bit. But there's some things that this car might need a little bit more than that right now. Really, I think I'm going to take off everything that was black. The strut tower bars, or the fender bars, and then like all of this stuff, I want to paint all of that black along with the intake tubing. And turbo may come out and get rebuilt. It was smoking at one point, or at least I thought it was, but that might have been just some crap in the exhaust because it has since stopped smoking. Seems to spool pretty decent and doesn't make a whole lot of irregular noises. So other thing is down in there, if we look in there, you can kind of see, kind of not see, the turbo crossover pipe right there. That's where the turbo mounts here. That thing has a big old hole in it. Somebody tried to patch it with some, looks like some metal and some hose clamps, and that did not do the job. So that's part of why that turbo is probably going to come out, because if we go around to the back, we have some more parts back here. I have a brand new crossover pipe, and if you don't know where to get this, I'll put the guy's name in the description. On top of that, we have some other stuff, just some mufflers that I want to toss on to quiet this thing down, and even some wiper blades. I don't even remember buying those, but those would be nice. And then we're going to clean out this whole trunk. So I don't think I'm going to do this today. We'll do this eventually. I want to get this idle to calm down and run a little better, but I don't know if you see here. I had to pull the headlight dimmer switch out because the security kept triggering in headlights throughout the night, and the car was dying every day. So that is that, guys. I'm gonna pull a couple more of these out. Gap for these is 0.035, I believe, and they are set to, or no, it's 0.045 is what you want for the 3.1 turbo. These are set to 0.05, so that's gonna be good enough for me today. We'll toss those back in there, and we'll see how much better it runs. So we got the front plugs all done. One thing I want to show you guys, just because it's helpful on any W body, and I'll show you guys the way I like to do it, is to get to the rear plugs. You usually don't have a whole lot of space. This is with the motor cranked forward. So you can remove the dog bones here and just get a ratchet strap. This is a strap without hooks on it. I'm trying to find the end. So you can see no hook. Just run it through itself. I put the nut or the bolt back in here and remove this one completely, and you just crank it forward, and we're pretty much all the way forward. I'm starting to rub on some stuff down in there, so it's as far forward as you want to go without breaking anything. And then if we come around to the back, you don't get a ton of space like the front, but you can see where the wires go down there, and you just got to feel around and get them put in there. So really not that bad. Should be able to pull those plugs now, get those done. I'll put everything back together. I need to run out to the store and get that throttle position sensor. I don't even know where that goes. Looks like it's probably down here. So we'll see how difficult that is to get put in. That is it for sure. So this thing seems like it's hunting for a idle from time to time, so we're going to try and replace that as well. We'll see how that goes. But I'm going to do these rear plugs and kind of put things back together. Alright, so we are back together, got the rears done, kept the plug wires on there for the time being. As you can see, these things have all seen better days. Looks like oil on them, although it doesn't necessarily smell like oil. So we might have some low compression in this motor, but let's see if this thing runs better. Alright, so just right away, this thing idles a lot better. I'm starting to wonder if the idle hunting that it was doing was because of a misfire. I don't sense any misfires now. I kind of want to take it around the block. So we might be okay with the throttle position sensor that's in there right now. So I'm going to leave it. I would like to take this thing around the block a little bit and maybe get a better idea. I was just seeing if this was still spinning down here, but she's not. You got a little shaft play. So that thing could probably use rebuild or replacement at some point, but we'll get a filter put back on there. So there, spark plug's done. We'll go for a little ride, and then I'm gonna possibly look at putting the mufflers on this thing and quieting this thing down a bit, because it's pretty loud with no mufflers and no cap. So we got mufflers on. I don't have a shield, so I was closing my eyes and just tacking them on there. Got to cut off the hangers a little bit, but we can kind of hear what it sounds like right now. And then I'm gonna get a shield and we'll clean it up. It's very, I got a cheap welder, so it doesn't look great, but we'll make it look better once I have a shield, so I can kind of tie those welds together. But let's hear what it sounds like. It's definitely quieter. Alright guys, so I started looking at doing some stuff in here and got a little I don't know, a little carried away. I was replacing the throttle position sensor down there. IEC we already replaced, it's sitting here. And then I just started tearing everything else apart. I have a fuel regulator here. I have a box of injectors down there. And I have all new gaskets. I figured it was probably this time. We'll just tear this thing apart and clean up the fuel rail there, replace the injectors, we'll replace the fuel regulator, and if we're still having issues with this thing running after that, then we probably have a bigger issue. But this intake manifold was kind of a pain to get off. There's brackets everywhere just holding it on. But it's off. I think we're going to clean the throttle body while we're down here. It's actually not too bad, but might as well clean it. And yeah, so we're just working on popping the rail off right now. We'll replace the injectors and then we'll get everything put back together. Alright guys, so we got the fuel rail out. Look over here. It is pretty nasty. Old regulator is there, which is real nasty. New one's here. These are the injectors that we are replacing with. These are Ford yellow tops. They're direct plug and play. And I was told that you have to change out the O-rings, but they actually look like they're fine here. So I'm going to check that out. We'll see if we have to replace them or not. We'll get this all put back together and put back in the car. Alright guys, picking this back up. I apologize for any wind noise. I have a new fuel pressure regulator here, new injectors, and just put all new O-rings in here. Gonna lube these up and get it installed. We should be able to get this guy back together. I got a couple more O-rings here that I'm gonna have to install or replace before we get too far, but we'll make sure that's done so we don't have any leaks. But let's get this together, get that intake manifold back on, and get moving. All right, we're back together. Fuel rail is in, fuel pressure regulator is there, everything all snugged up, and yeah, everything looks good. New intake gasket's in here, so we're gonna go grab that. We got a new throttle body gasket, should be able to get that put in, and then we should be able to try and start this thing. Alright guys, we're back together. This probably looks a little familiar. Everything is put back in. We got all our fuel lines, vacuum lines in place. Charge pipe is back on. I have to put one more bolt right in there, but that's about it. So I'm gonna do that quick, and then we're gonna see if this thing will start and run. Took a little bit, but she's running, burning off a little bit of something. Running pretty decent, actually. I'm going to close the hood and we'll take her around the block. Alright, so I stopped because I had a little smoke. I think what I was seeing was a little smoke from like residual stuff in the cylinders from having the manifold off. But yeah, we'll see how she starts. Starts okay. I believe I have RPMs and everything are a little off. Same with mile per hour. It's an issue with the actual cluster itself, apparently. But we're just going to try and go around the block here. We'll see how this thing does. This sounds a little rough. I don't know if it's still learning like TPS or what the deal is, but we'll see. Might have a misfire. We'll see if we get an engine code. That'd be ideal. Just waiting for traffic to go by here. Alrighty, let's see what this thing's gonna do. Taking her slow at first. It runs semi-smooth. Something, I think we're burning off residuals. I smell a little something up there. Doesn't really seem like it wants to go. It's running though. I'll give it that much. Gonna turn around up here, come back around. Yeah, it won't shift or anything. Running pretty rough. Just go ahead and turn. Sounds like we're missing, or I don't know what's going on. It don't sound good. I'll turn back around. I'll be right back. All right, headed back. Any bit of throttle, it just seems to kind of break up like that. Like I'm in it right now, and it's not. It's just stuttering. I don't know what's going on. Got a new map, new IAC, new TPS, all new injectors. Not really sure. You guys have any thoughts? I'd be curious. This is about all we're going to do to the thing in this video. Probably going to drive it out to storage, limp it out there here soon. But I'd really like to make this thing run well. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Alright guys, so I'm going to end this video here. The car right now is just kind of stuttering. A little misfire. I'm surprised I don't have a checked engine light. So I'm going to end with trying to find any vacuum leaks. If I don't update after this, I did not find any. But let me know what you guys think. It's just not, I don't know, it's running worse than before. So I'll check for any leaks, anything like that. I don't really know what's going on. Yeah, I don't know. I think it'll run well enough to get it out to where I'm storing it, which is all I really need, but I'm not too thrilled with it. So let me know what you guys think. We'll probably have more videos coming up soon on this, maybe, if we can get it figured out. If not, this car is ultimately going to become a parts car, so I'm not too worried about it. But I want to keep this engine so I don't want to blow it up, and driving it around like this is going to blow it up. So we're not going to do that. But yeah, guys, that's about it for now. I want to thank you guys for watching as always, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Hopefully a Trans Am video or something coming up here soon. But thanks guys for watching. We'll see you then.